Come on, man, y'all can do better than that, man. Y'all clap, man. You want the energy man for the boys on the stage. You gonna give y'all the same love he give them, man. All right.
I know you're all confused. You're a notorious BFG and you see some old white Mr. Magoo looking motherfucker up here gonna try to make you smile. Okay, while I was sitting out there, I ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon. So within a day or two, I'll be able to tell you which one actually came first. Okay, I'm single again. I've been married 3 times, but I've never been divorced. How does that happen? My first wife died from eating poison mushrooms. My second wife died from eating poison mushrooms. My third wife died of a fractured skull. She wouldn't eat the fucking mushrooms. Oh, but you know, at my age, I'm going to be 67 in September. You know, sex, the most exciting thing about sex at my age is sneaking out without paying for it. But I had my time, I had my memories. I remember back when I was in high school, I was down in Costa Rica for spring break. I managed to have sex with 12 people in 3 days. Yeah. I really shouldn't, I guess, be bragging because I got arrested and gang raped in jail. But I kid, I've been married to a beautiful woman for 32 years. We have 3 beautiful children. And, you know, she sometimes gets mad at me when we fight. I sometimes maybe make fight unfair. She told me once if I'm going to grow as a person, I need to embrace my mistakes. So I gave her a big hug. So I knew I was in trouble and I knew I had to do something drastic. So I went out and I got "I love you" tattooed on my dick. Yeah. My wife wasn't impressed. She thought I was just trying to put words in her mouth. But I consider myself a generous person. Last year I donated a kidney to a 14-year-old girl. Yeah, she was very appreciative. Her family was very appreciative. But the hospital was being real weird about it. They kept asking me where I got it. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my crazy family. I have a grandmother who bragged that she once gave a hand job to Albert Einstein. Yeah, she called it a stroke of genius. When the family had to make a decision regarding Grandma, whether to cremate her or bury her, and we couldn't decide, so we just decided to let her live. My grandfather, when my grandmother passed away, he was kind of depressed, so my brother and I decided to give him some female company for the evening. So we hired a sex worker and took her up to his apartment and said, "Hey guys, who's your beautiful friend?" And she said, "I am Angelique, and I'm here to give you super sex." He thought about it for a second, and he said, "Okay, I'll take the soup." Knock, knock. Little boy blue.
Little boy blue.
Michael Jackson. Too soon? Too soon? Okay.
You've been long enough.
My father, after having 4 children, decided to have a vasectomy, so he went to the hospital to have a vasectomy, and while he was under, there was a complication. They had to remove his testicles. They were a little worried about what would happen when they woke him up. And so they woke him up and said, "Sorry, sir, there was a complication. We had to remove your testicles," and he got mad. He said, "You son of a bitch, I'm going to sue you, I'm going to sue the hospital, but first I'm going to break your jaw." And the doctor laughed and said, "You ain't got the balls." My mother was a devout Catholic, and she said, when we were about 14, all of us, she would say, "If you ever touch yourself down there, just remember God will be watching you." Talk about scaring a teenager. I went around for months worried about that, until I realized it was only my Uncle Pete. My wife has a niece who was acting weird in a demonic sort of way. So her mother hired a priest to do an exorcism. And it worked. But mother forgot to pay the priest. So the daughter got repossessed. had a brother who was a legend in the little town we grew up in. He managed to sleep with his teacher. It was controversial though because he was being homeschooled. Yeah. Hey, do you guys know why you never see elephants hiding in trees?
Why?
Because they're really good at it. Oh man, I thought that would be better. Well, I was going to tell you a boxing joke, but I forgot the punchline. There's a tattoo on my dick. That one went over. Okay. All right, I'm going to get off the stage now because I'm going to leave you with a little bit of philosophy my dad told me when he had testicles. He said, son, whatever you do, never drink water because fish fuck in it. And now since it's time for me to get off, if you would give me a second to get off. Whew, that's better. Notorious BFG on Facebook and on YouTube. Thanks a lot.
Well, give it up for Notorious BFG.
Oh, by the way, that means bald fat guy.
Yes, sir.